Well, we are here with Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh, the guy we have been waiting for so long to talk to. Coach, first question is, how are you feeling just being in this moment, being the head coach of the Chargers?
Oh, it's amazing. Here we are, June 10th. It's our last week of OTAs and minicamp. Every day's been exciting. You know, this is an exciting day. I can't believe it's June 10th already, by the way. I mean, it just seems like it was January 1st. You know, just going by like that, and before you know it, we'll be right there in the season. But you know, fortunately for us, I mean, our guys have put in a ton of work. They've been incredible. 9 weeks of training, meetings, and practices. You know, they've just been great. Derwin James, Justin Herbert, you know, they've led the entire time, been engaged every day, every hour, every minute in those phases. Both, we had a conditioning test last Thursday. They both smashed it, you know, just crushed it. And so many other guys. I mean, near perfect attendance, you know, throughout the off season. So been a lot of great things, and that puts you in position to be in position. You know, that gets you half the way there. You know, we're still going to have a, you know, great training camp, and then play really good on the Sundays when we have the games. But right now I feel like we're in a good place, in position to be in position.
And Coach, everywhere you've gone, USD, San Francisco, Michigan, you have built something. What is it that you're looking to build here?
Yeah, you know, that's I've been asked that question a few times, but really just feel an attitude of gratitude coming into this organization, to be around these players, coaching staff that we were able to assemble, plus everything that was here in terms of an organization. Ownership has been, they just let you be you, but then they tell you what you did right, they tell you what you did wrong. General manager Joe Ortiz has been incredible, same way. Hey, here's what you did right, here's what you did wrong, you know, now just keep doing you. You know, it's great to have that kind of communication, but top to bottom, I mean, I just feel very fortunate that this is just lucky to be in this situation.
And Coach, Jake and I were both talking about this before you came out here, how excited we would be to play for you. It seems like you bring a lot of enthusiasm to the game. Why do you do that? Really,
it's just instilled in me by my dad. You know, I've just always, you know, looked at Jack Harbaugh, you know, as the expert, and he trained me to, you know, whoever in authority, who's ever the, you know, the leader, they're the expert. They're the expert at that information, and just do what they tell you to do, how they tell you to do it, and you'll be successful. And he was the one who told me to attack each day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. So as you can tell, I listen to the instruction. I really hear it. I embrace the instruction wholeheartedly, and then I go execute and just keep going good, you know. But that enthusiasm unknown to mankind, that's stuck with me. You know, that's like enthusiasm. You know, nothing great gets accomplished without enthusiasm. Ralph Waldo Emerson. And unknown to mankind, Jack Harbaugh. I mean, he's talking like it's not known to mankind, so it's otherworldly. You know, it's spiritual. Those things are like just deep seated, and that's why I do it. And yeah, it's been. I wouldn't know how to attack any other day in a different way.
And Coach, you obviously played for the San Diego Chargers. You coached at the University of San Diego. Just what does it mean to you to be back here in Southern California, your ties to San Diego and LA now?
Yeah, tremendous. I think I spent half my life now in the Midwest and half my life in California, from San Diego to the Bay. Always wanted to live in Los Angeles as well, and have a great place in Coronado in San Diego. They say Midwestern people are welcoming and nice and genuine and down to earth. California people, LA people, they are you know, just as welcoming. It's been incredible for me and my family to be here. And the other thing about California is they let you be you. That's just one thing I've noticed. So and it's appreciated. So yeah, just keep doing you. That's what I keep telling myself. If you want to get better, a little bit better at something, just work a little harder at it. And whatever you do, don't get a big head, Jim. That's a trap. That's a deep, dark, lonely trap.
And Coach, just in season 1, what are your expectations for this team?
We want them high. We want the expectations high. I just always felt like if somebody was scared of high expectations, then they were scared to compete. They didn't want to compete. So, our expectations are sky high, and they're high to have a great day. Today. Let's make today the best day. We've got 4 days of minicamp, and then the guys are going to get some much needed break, time to refresh and get back for training camp. But yeah, let's make today. Let's make today's meetings the best of the off season, and let's, God willing and the creek don't rise. God willing and the creek don't rise. We've got all day. We've got all day today to get better. So see if we can't be better today than we were yesterday. See if we can't be better tomorrow than we were today. Just so simple that it just might work. That's the approach.
And Jim, I think you guys set the tone right away. People thought you might take a receiver, could trade out, but no, you guys go big man up front with Joe Alt. Was that a statement pick for you, trying to set that mentality here?
It was unanimous. Really, John Spanos, set the benchmark. What we wouldn't trade for, and that's for Joe Alt. And it was John and the organization. That's where we had him on the board. Joe Ortiz, incredible. Let me just talk for a minute about Joe. The way he was able to get everybody given their best, for the Chargers, scouts, coaches, everybody in the organization. I mean, he's just got a way of pulling that out of you. He's such a great example setter. He's so good at it, and he listens. Like hey, what do you think about this? And you tell him, and there's judgment-free zone. When it comes to it, and then he knows, and then he makes the decision because he's got the experience. He's the expert at it, and he was just a tremendous example of leadership. I mean, it could have been like one of those TED Talks. I mean, just what I witnessed in the draft process. But to answer your question, I mean, we were all thrilled, and it was unanimous to take Joe Alt at number 5. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Y'all planned out the gray suit?
Nah, we got in this morning at 3 a.m. and said, "What color you wearing?" He said, "Gray." I said, "All right, bet." I got you. Joined now with Derwin James, our absolutely most favorite interview of the media day every day.
Don't do me like that.
Derwin, just how you feeling? A lot of new anticipation built up. Obviously, Harbaugh coming in. How you feeling going into this season, my friend?
Very healthy, man. Healthy as I've ever been, and ready to attack this season. Coach Harbaugh's coming in, and a lot of energy, and we're ready to go.
Talk about the energy that he's bringing, man. We see it obviously in the media from outside looking in, but being in the locker room, being around those guys and him, what is that like now?
It's amazing. Just the everyday accountability, just showing up to work and know you can count on your brother, man. It's just what we're working for every day, and we're striving to. He's helping us strive to get there.
Even though there is a ton of anticipation and a lot of optimism going into this year, this was a 5-12 team last year. What do you guys need to do to change that around, even though there is a bunch of changes that have happened to the roster and the coaching staff?
Finish the games. We was 5-12, but if you look at our season last year, 7 to 8 of those games were fourth-quarter games. The games decided by 6 points or less, so we just need to finish the games and, like I said, finish playing hard.
And being healthy, again, we talked about this last year. You're saying being healthy is very important. How are you feeling going into this season? Obviously, you're going to be a little more healthy, but, man, just how do you keep your body at a point where you can finish the season 100%?
Just like you say, that being able to go through it, this year 7 for me, so, I'm not a rookie anymore, learning, how to treat my body, being a veteran, and like I said, I'm just trying to improve every day, and I'm doing that with Coach Harbaugh, and I'm excited how they're going to use me this season.
I think a lot of people do want to know what Harbaugh brings, especially at this level. What has been the biggest surprise to you, maybe the biggest thing that you weren't expecting from Jim?
I thought it would be more meaner, like mean, cussing you out and stuff. Yeah. But it's accountability where you just don't want to let them down. You don't want to mess up, and it's something we enjoy over there.
And you said you don't want to let him down. I mean, what do you do personally that you're like, man, maybe I got to go a little harder, maybe study a little more, whatever it is. What do you do personally that you feel like you're trying to take that next step for Coach?
Just being the leader that he wants me to be and that he calls me to be every day. Me and him have talks all the time, and he constantly tells me how he loves how I work. So I just want to show up and making sure I'm doing that for the young guys that's watching me and even the young coaches out there. So make sure I'm doing my part.
I wore the best shoes I have for this moment, so I appreciate
Man,
that.
come on, man. You got the ones on. Them always the OGs right there, man. Good to see y'all boys.
Man. Thank you so much.
Best of luck this year.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We're joined now with the Chargers' first-round selection, 5th overall pick, Joe Alt. Joe, first of all, how you settling in here to L.A. and just what's it mean to join this team?
Yeah, I'm settling in great. I guess it's been a month now. This first month has flown by. It's been a great experience so far. Really excited to be here. And to be a Charger means everything for me. Being able to be chosen by the staff and Coach Harbaugh and Mr. Joe Ortiz being out here is just such an exciting experience. They had faith in me, and now it's my job to fulfill my end of the bargain and put my hard work in and do my part. So couldn't be more excited to be out here.
Do you feel any pressure, trying to fill, like you said, kind of them believing in you? Do you feel like you got to step up to that?
I mean, I always put pressure on myself.
Yeah.
It always comes from within. It's always me trying to, play my best, be my best person on the field and off the field. So that pressure's always came from within. I've done that since I was a kid. So I've always put pressure on myself, but it's always just to use my abilities I've been blessed with to the best of my abilities. So I've always kind of put the pressure coming from myself.
You talk about, being at a place you want to be wanted. The Chargers could have gone a lot of ways, needed receivers, could have traded out, but they go offensive line, big men up front. It's such a Harbaugh pick. What did it mean to join a team that loves linemen, that wants to be a part of that?
Yeah, being on a team who loves offensive linemen and, knows what they do, it just makes you want to work that much harder.
Yeah.
You're respected. You want to go out there and do your job so much better so you can have guys like Justin Herbert throw passes to, play to his best and let the running backs run. And it's what you want to do, and it's just really exciting to be out here.
And we did get him for his first interview today, man. This is exciting because he's got all the energy right now.
Yeah.
Just kind of tell us the energy, speaking of that, in this building with Coach Harbaugh. What has that been like?
Yeah, the energy is super high. I think it's a great feeling amongst the team for this season. And we know it's going to come through hard work. And we got, this OTA period has gone really well. We've been putting the time in. And now, the veteran guys get a little break. Some of the rookies got to stay out a little bit longer. And then come back for training camp. And it's just back to work and get ready for, a season where we got to put the work in. But it's been a lot of fun.
What was that feeling like when you got drafted? I know you've answered that question a million times already, but our first chance to get to ask you just how that felt now that you're here and you're kind of through the whole process.
Yeah, I think two major emotions hit me. It was excitement and gratitude. Gratitude because I had my family, my close friends with me that night and the people who supported me up to that point, and then excitement for this next step. It's always been a dream of mine to play in the NFL and being able to, take that next step to be in the NFL. I'm really excited to be here, and now it's just my time to go back to what I've done my entire life, and that's go back to work and just continue to put the hard work and the effort and the time in to do what my calling is to be in the NFL. So that's kind of what my plan's been.
Well said.
That's a great answer. Last question I have for you, my man, is just expectations that you have for yourself in season 1.
Yeah, my expectations are to be one of the hardest workers on the field. That's always been my thing. I've always gone back to put the time in, and everything else will kind of take care of itself. And my expectations are wherever the coaches want to see me fit, I'll play. If that means play. If not, just continue to get a little bit better every single day. And that's always been my mindset and my goal. So that's kind of my expectations for the season.
And last one I have for you, people talk about their welcome to the NFL moment. Obviously, you haven't had the chance to have that on the field yet, but has anything surprised you just getting, in the building and around these players, anything like that?
Not really. The locker room culture is great here. I've really gotten to get along with the offensive linemen in this building very well, and I think it's been, a really great feeling for me. I was expecting maybe them not to take me in so well or kind of be a little bit of, differences, but no, they've accepted me, and it's been, great since day one. So that's probably been the best thing for me is, I didn't know they were going to accept me so well. So I've been so excited being here. So, yeah.
Awesome, man.
Perfect.
Well,
Awesome.
welcome and appreciate the
Thank
time.
you. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Again, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have fun with Media Day. Joined now with one of the original San Diego Chargers and now Los Angeles Charger, Denzel Perryman. First of all, what's it like to be back in the blue and gold, man, with that bolt on the side of your helmet?
It feels good, man. It's a little different. I mean, before I left, we made that little small color change to the powder blue, but it feels good to be back where it all started, man.
What's your role going to be like on this team? How do you see it playing out?
Honestly, man, just to be that veteran player, bringing the guys along, making sure, everybody's in tune. For the guys who might be, new in the system, might need a regimen. No, I'm here to be that vet player, and to help the team out whichever way I can.
What has Jim Harbaugh brought to you, at least from a coaching aspect, that I know you haven't had a ton of time to work with him yet, but just the energy, all of it, what has he brought to this team?
The energy, what he's brought for me is just a lot of positivity and like a lot of simple things that'll help you out in life, not just football, and it just comes to like just details. Like you always come down like to break things down to details. So like I said, just positivity for me.
And I don't want to call you the old man in the room because I'm not sure if that's the right way to go about it, man. But, being the old guy in the room, what is that going to be like? I know you said you kind of bring in that veteran presence. I mean, is that going to be different for you? How is that going to play out?
I had an older guy say this one time before. It was Thomas Davis when he was here. And he said, the younger guys, make me feel young. I know I'm the older guy in the room, but I don't feel like the older guy because at the end of the day, we're all competing. It's all the same goal. And we're all here for the same reason. But being the older guy in the room, it gives you a little edge a little bit. Everybody looks at you, everybody's, looking to see what you're doing, how you react and everything. So I got to be on my P's and Q's always.
How's the full circle moment been? I know I talked about coming back and all that, but I mean, it's so hard to play in this league for as long as you have and to continue to do it at the position you've had. Have you kind of let yourself think about how impressive it is to have this full circle moment?
I think, man, what's impressive just the year that I'm going on. It's going on year 10. Not too many people can say that in general. But, yeah, man, it's just a surreal moment. I'm still, just taking it in.
Last question I have is just through, the ups and downs, obviously, of a 10-year career, which is, like you said, pretty crazy. I mean, is there a moment that you look back and would you ever think that you'd be in this position again?
No. No. I'm not gonna lie to you. With the injuries that I have dealt with, most people don't, come back from. They don't heal, as properly. The mindset's not there, but I got good faith, man, good support system, and I think that's what, led me to year 10.
Mm-hmm. And I got to ask about this before we let you go. You were loved in San Diego, still loved in San Diego. What was your favorite moment of playing there at the Q, just being a San Diego Charger?
Man, I think when I got drafted there, and just, like you said, just the love out there in general. It goes bigger than, us winning and losing games. Like, I love, just being out and, somebody just wanted to take a picture that got genuine words, just real, true, genuine people, like genuine fans.
I'm
awesome,
good,
Denzel.
man.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Keep
Thank
the
you.
young kids out there, huh? Appreciate you, Denzel.
Take care, man.
Best of luck this year, all right?
Ladd McConkey, one of the most underrated players in the entire country, in my opinion, Chargers second-round draft pick. We appreciate you being here, man.
Sir.
First question is, how are you feeling?
Yeah,
What's it like being here, man? I mean, you got to be excited.
Feeling good, Can't get better weather than this.
Yeah.
Good people, good coaches. So, been getting after it there in these OTAs. So we're excited.
You played with some talented guys at Georgia, of course. Maybe none like Justin Herbert. I mean, how excited are you to catch passes from 10?
Oh yeah, he can make any and every throw. If you watch him, just a little bit, you realize that pretty quick. So, super excited to continue to build that chemistry and that connection with him and get rolling.
I said underrated for a reason because watching, the draft process go, and a lot of guys were saying, these corners were fantastic in the SEC, but struggled against Ladd McConkey. Seems like every single time there was a talented corner, you found a way to get the job done against him. I mean, coming into the NFL now, obviously the level is going to be different, but how do you see your expectations for yourself in season 1?
Yeah, I just want to go out there and contribute. I'm not a guy that puts the numbers on myself, like, I want this, I want that. I feel like you just go out and play, and it'll take care of itself. So at the end of the day, obviously I'd love to catch, this many touchdowns and that many yards, but just go out there, do my thing, and, the rest will take care of itself.
What's it like having Jim Harbaugh as your head coach now and just kind of getting in the room around him and the field around him? How's that been?
Yeah, no, he's been good. He keeps the energy high. Always has some wise words to say. So, no, but it's been solid. It really has. Everybody's welcomed me with open arms, and, I've been a good OTAs and rolling into this minicamp, so good.
And it seems like you have just a laid-back mentality, man. You're just going to go in, get your job done, and you're going to do it well. I mean, where did that mentality come from, and how hard is that, or easy is it for you to just every day come out here and have that mentality?
Yeah. I don't know if it's laid back. It's like, like I'm intense. I'm going to get the job done, but kind of try to have an even kill. Don't get too high, don't get too low. It kind of just came from, my family back home. I feel like I've been playing this game for a long time, and so have other people. So, and I think any good player will probably tell you the same thing. Can't get too high, can't get too low. So stay even killed. but I don't know about laid back.
Obviously, getting to the NFL has been a dream of yours and, a dream of anyone that's ever played football. Now that you're here and that moment has finally come, how excited are you trying to get out there and prove to yourself and everybody else that you can play at this level?
Yeah, I mean, not many people get this opportunity. So I just want to go make the most of it. Worked so hard to get here, so, why would I stop now? It's kind of the mindset I'm having. So just getting started, and let's start this new chapter off right.
Last question I have for you. Is there anybody in the receiver room who's kind of taken you under their wing a little bit and said, hey, this is kind of how we're going to do things, or how's that been?
Yeah, we have some, our receiver room's pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple older guys with DJ coming in and Josh, but, just kind of sit back and see how those guys work, what they're doing in the meetings, how they're doing their recovery, their warm-up. I've started doing a warm-up before practice with Josh, just trying to get in a routine and see what works for them, and if it works for me, then continue to do it. So just sit back and watch them and observe because, there's not many people that do this for a long time, and they've been able to, do that. So
I asked Joe Alt the same thing, but at one point you'll have your welcome to the NFL moment.
Yeah.
You haven't been on the field to have it yet, but has anything surprised you yet, or have you had that moment outside of the field?
I don't know. It's Khalil Mack got up and said something in front of the team, and he was saying it was his 11th year, and to me it was dang, I'm 22 years old and we're on the same team, so that's a moment. It's okay, this is there's levels to this, but no, it's been good. So I'm sure it'll come, but that was a pretty cool moment, I guess.
Well, we're awesome, excited to watch you play, man, and thank you for the time.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Yeah, thank you.
appreciate it.
Welcome too.
Appreciate you.
Joined now with Los Angeles Charger Joey Bosa, coming into year 9. Joey, just curious the optimism surrounding this team with Jim Harbaugh coming in, and just expectations are going to be high once again. How you guys feeling about that?
Yeah, the energy is good. I think everybody's excited. There's kind of one vision, one message that's permeating throughout the whole locker room and all the meeting rooms. So I think we're all locked in. We're all really focused on the details, and I think it's been a great off season. We've really been working hard, getting after it in practice a little bit harder than it's been. I have been over the last few years, but it feels good.
I was going to ask, you kind of hit on it with some of the changes that you've kind of just felt, not just for everybody, but yourself personally.
Mm-hmm. What
What else do you see that that you notice, I guess, that's kind of changed within this organization?
I was just saying it, and I'm sure I sound like a broken record, but the details, it's really been a focus from how you line up with your foot behind the line, or how you're organizing your locker so your shoes are in the right position. All that stuff trickles down into winning games and being prepared. So I think Coach has been doing a great job of that, and every other coach, just really staying on top of everybody, making sure that they're on the details.
You've always been so honest and open about winning and losing, and last year's the team that went 5-12. I mean, what is it in your head that you feel it's got to flip to not go through that losing again?
Oh man, I think it's a lot of things. I think if I had the answers, I'd probably be getting paid to be a head coach and the DN. But it's been a tough 2 years for me when it comes to my groin and all these little injuries that I've been dealing with. So I'm just excited to have a group that's not afraid to lead their way, and set the culture, and it kind of feels like I'm going back to college days, which is, I think, good. I mean, we did win a national title, so it seemed to work out. But I'm gonna put my faith in these coaches, and I think everybody else is doing the same. And I think if we come in every day and go to work, then we'll like where we're sitting in a few months.
Talk about the defense a little bit. Anything changing from last year, mentality-wise, effort-wise? I know you said the details with these new coaches, but what is it about this defensive group that you think is different?
Well, you mentioned effort. I think the swarm to the ball and just the effort in practice already at this time of the year is really impressive. I know I've been pushing myself on that front to really run to the ball. Most of the things I've seen or done before, there's new names kind of for everything, so it's relearning defense. A lot of it's similar. Some things are new. So it's a lot of just learning the new calls, new names, and all that, which I feel much more comfortable than I did the first day. My head was spinning a little bit, but I think Dylan's been doing a great job. He's my age, getting thrown in a room with me, Bud, and Khalil, so it's not the easiest for him, but it's been a great few weeks.
Awesome, Joey. We'll let you get along here. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Good luck, man.
Kind of caught you. I know, that was on me. I was like, that's the impression I'm going to leave my little limp handshake.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Best of luck. Have a good one. Jake, I'm excited for this one. We're here with Gus Edwards, Chargers' newest running back. Yeah. Gus, just tell us, man, how you feeling? How does it feel being in L.A. and just your mentality being here?
Man, I love it, man. I feel like it's a great opportunity. First day in the building, you kind of just get a feel of where the organization is. Everybody's here just working hard, We had almost I think 100% attendance in the off-season program. It's not even mandatory, so it's a great attitude right now in the building.
I know it's early, but just kind of talk about what Jim Harbaugh brings, the energy, all that stuff. What has it been like in this time you've been able to share with him?
It's been great. It's been great. Like I said, the mentality of him, we're going to work hard. He's a winner, and everything he's doing right now makes sense. And, it's easy to follow when it makes sense, and you feel that Coach has your best, he has the best in mind for you and the team, so, yeah.
And, Gus, obviously, on the field, your game is loud, it's aggressive. Seems like off the field you're a little quiet, man. Yeah. I kind of respect that. Just kind of tell me what your mentality is coming into this obviously new situation with the Chargers.
Just want to make a name for myself, not do too much talking, just come in here, work, and let my work show. Just show the fan base that I'm a hard worker, and I'm gonna show it with my play, and then make as much plays as I can. I think I'm in a great situation. Real familiar with the offense and the scheme and everything, and I think I'm gonna excel in the offense. So I'm excited about that.
And talk about the whole room, yourself, JK. I know it's a couple new faces here in LA, but what's that running back room going to be like this season?
It's going to be great. What I expect is a rotational room. Coach Greg Roman, our new OC, I know his mentality is to run a football, so I think there's going to be a lot of carries to go around, and we have a hard-working room. From day one, I've seen how even the guys that were here already, how much they like to work, and there's going to be a lot of competition. It's going to be very competitive.
And that's a good thing for the running back room, obviously, because you guys are going to push yourself. But, as somebody who would probably be considered the leader in that running back room, what do you want to see from the guys?
I just want to. I already got a sense of that they're gonna push me to be the best I can, because there's no slack off. Those guys have a lot to play for too. And I just want to be in the room. I kind of feel like I do my best when it's competitive, and they already shown me that that's what it's gonna be. It's not just gonna be an easy take. I'm not even seeing it as in you just here and you the number one guy. You got to work for everything. So.
Well said, and welcome to the Chargers, man. Guys, appreciate your time. We'll go ahead and let you go, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, brother. Good luck, man.
Thank you.